elders and the apostles that have who were and do well overseeing the tabernacle of David. Of course, starting from Prophet Abel Bivens on down to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Alright? This is your brother Yaikwa, out and under the command of Great Millstone Atlanta Church. With a lesson of exhortation, edification, and likewise rebuke. This is a quick admonition to brothers across the globe, especially in Babylon the Great, really to cherish order and brotherhood. Okay, the Lord has set up His man. Obviously, via the scriptures, and the prophecies, the Lord has set up and established His man, which composed the tabernacle of David. This thing of ours is about the tabernacle of David. And in any tabernacle, in any house, in any institution, in any government, there is strategic order, there's organization. And when you breach that organization and you're not in line with the protocol that has been set up and established, then you are out of order. Alright? You're out of order. So I'm going to start it off with 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. It says, let all things be done decently and in order. And that word decently meaning properly. Okay? So, we have, in Great Millstone is a high level of organization and structure, dealing with the brotherhood. Everybody has somebody to report to. There's certain ways that we go about things, discussing certain things concerning, of course, the brotherhood and other matters. It's a chain of command and whatnot. And you have a lot of people out there proclaiming to give double honors to the elders and the apostles, and proclaiming to profess the doctrine that the apostles teach. But you guys are not coming under the order that has been established by the apostles. Alright? You're not coming under the order that has been established by the apostles. If you are in a city, if you're in a state or a city where a Great Millstone school, a Great Millstone camp church is already established, and you are in that city and you profess to follow the apostles and elders, but you don't check in, nor do you come under the command of the structure that has already been established, then you are being self-willed, man. You're being self-willed. Alright, and you're leaning upon your own understanding, thinking that you got this thing down pat. And when you have these men that have been laboring 10, 15, 20 years longer than you, alright, and here you come, trying to do your own thing. It's not about doing your own thing, man. This is about the tabernacle of David. This is a body. This is a government. Alright? This is a government. This is something that has already been established. You did not establish this, man. You profess these words of double honors out of your mouth, but you don't exercise it. You don't exercise double honors. You don't exercise agape, the love. Alright? This is let's get that in the scriptures. And I'm speaking plainly to you, because this is inspired by a specific incident that has taken place, but it goes all around the board, It's not just specifically for that one instance, because it can apply for many other situations that brothers are in throughout the country and likewise the world. All right, of Great Millstone. This is get the scripture real quick, and I can speak in this manner because I went up that proper way. I actually manifested the double honors with my actions, as far as coming under order and submitting myself to the chain of command that has already been established. So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. It says, "Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they that labor in the word and doctrine." So by honoring the elders, and the elders, of course, the apostles are the chief elders of this tabernacle. But wherever you are, typically whatever city that you are in, and if it's a Great Millstone camp that's established there, the people above that camp, the people that are controlled and have dominion and who are lords over that camp are elders, man. All right, these people who have been laboring in the truth for years, man. All right, who went through persecution, who've been in the battlefield. Okay, and by you not following proper protocol and not coming under the order and the submission of those elders that deal with the apostles directly. How about that? Here I can speak well for myself and for my scenario here in Atlanta. All right, Bishop Atazawam he was put in that leadership seat by the apostles themselves, man. This is not a man that has done this off of his own will and his own labors, man. This is a man who's been established and put into the power seat, specifically, personally. Okay, this is a man who actually deals with the apostles directly. Okay? And is he not to be counted as double honors? Is he not worthy? And the elders who have been laboring throughout the country and the world, are they not worthy of of coming under their under the order that has been established, and that they're simply vessels, but nevertheless they are vessels that are utilized for a specific office, man. All right, and that office that they have been given by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua ultimately, all right, is an office of leadership for the man of the Lord in that terrain, in that landmass. All right, so you guys really got to check yourself, proclaiming to give double honors, and you not checking in with the elders that you profess to give double honors to, man. You're not checking in with the people or the individuals that have been established as the leadership for that landmass. That's not humility. If anything, that's as I said, self-will. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and speak it plain. A lot of you guys do that because you don't want to be held accountable, man. And when you come under that order, you have to humble yourself. You can't do what you want to do, man. You have to do what the order commands. All right? And I can speak like this because, me and Brother Shamat, all right, we had been, before we joined Great Millstone, we were laboring before we started following the doctrine of the apostles. But when we start following me and Shamat, we're laboring together. All right? But when we got an understanding of the doctrine of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and the doctrine of Great Millstone, we made haste out to the camp. All right, we got in contact with who we needed to get in contact with, and in due season we were allowed to come out to the camp. And when we came out, we didn't, go teach anymore. I mean, we of course we teach, but as far as like on the byways, we came up under that order of Great Millstone Atlanta and soaked up game and still soaking up game. All right, and and became one body with the man of the Lord of the city of Atlanta. All right, we didn't, and with that came responsibility, came order, came humility, came wisdom. Oh, how much wisdom have I gained by being amongst those seasoned men? I've gained a lot of wisdom by being in the midst of them. I've been rebuked. I've been exhorted, comforted. All right, the body is something that is healthy. It makes us more powerful when we're together through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, and by neglecting that, you're neglecting a significant power source, man. All right, and to be honest with you, you're out of order, man. If you are in Atlanta, you are to check in and you proclaim to profess the doctrine of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, whatever city you in, you are to report to the man that has been established by the apostles in the leadership and in the power seat. Okay? Because let's get it. That's very disrespectful to continue on in what you're doing without doing so. And I'm gonna get that in let's get that in Romans. This is the book of Romans, chapter 15. Romans chapter 15, verse 20, and it reads, it says, yeah, so have I strived to preach the gospel, not where Mashiach was named, lest I should build upon another man's foundation. Right? You building on another man's foundation, man. All right? This man is the man of the Lord in whatever prospective city that you are in, because this is I'm speaking to people directly, but I'm also speaking, this is a principle that I'm trying to push out wherever this may be taking place. You have these men that have been laboring, sacrificing, for years upon years before you were doing the work, before you were in the truth, following the apostles and elders. See? Coming up in the ranks, and you come as you come later on and continue to do the work that they established, but you're not doing it in the proper manner. If you were to do that, if you were into that city and you profess to be a part of the body, then you have to come up under the order and the tutelage that the leadership that you have, that the leadership that is present, man. All right, you should not. That's going off building upon another man's foundation, man. All right. So let me get not going to be long. We get a couple more scriptures though. This is the book of John. John chapter 10, verse 1. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. Right. That's theft, man. Okay? Like I said, building upon another man's foundation. All right? Because a lot of you guys have pride, to be honest with you. You have pride and you're not willing to humble yourself, man. All right? How does that even make sense to have the official Great Millstone, wherever prospective city that you're in you say you believe in the doctrine of Great Millstone, but you don't gather yourself with the man of Great Millstone in that proximity? What sense does that make? To be honest with you, that's kind of
Alexios.
Shalakia.
Toilet paper.
To be honest with you, that really doesn't look right, man. Like I said, coming up, like the scripture says, coming up another way. That doesn't. To me, it doesn't look right. It kind of looks like you might have been sent by somebody. To be honest, you're supposed to familiarize yourself with the brotherhood, man. All right. To be honest, it looked like you might be in some paperwork. To be honest, and I'm just speaking as a man. I'm not saying you in paperwork or not. But if you are supposed to follow the apostles and elders, then why? Like, it doesn't even. To me, it makes no sense. It's almost idiotic, to be honest with you, man. You're supposed to check in. That's order, man. That's order. The Lord is a man of war. When you go into that word war, it goes into organization, man. All right, the nation. This is a nation, man. You don't survive as a lone wolf in the nation. In the nation, there's order. There's hierarchy. All right, and if you don't follow and adhere to that, what has been established, this whole thing. I mean, or I'm just saying, if we were not to, as individuals in this body, if we did not adhere to the leadership, then this whole thing will crumble, man. We want to be one body, one mind, one spirit. All right. Verse 2, it says, "But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep." All right. And the door is Yahushua. All right. Yahushua is the door. Okay. And likewise is the path the path of order, man. Okay. And I'm gonna grab one more scripture. Like I said, this is not to get on anybody, get on the brother. As far as it's a rebuke now, because that's off, man. To be honest with you, that's off. And I tell you straight up and down, like, because me and certain brothers, we peep game. We see. We peep game, man. Right? And that's completely out of order, to be honest with you. Do you not trust the judgment that the apostles have established and the leadership that they have appointed for the specific prophecies in which those leaders adhere to? Come on now. This is the book of this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired." All right? So we're supposed to gather ourselves together, man. This is not, we're building a nation. This is not a, how do I say, these are not proxy armies, man. This is not a divided state, man. This is unison, man. We're about unity in Great Millstone. We don't gather ourselves with other camps because they don't teach the same doctrine. But if you proclaim to teach the same doctrine, then we're supposed to be together, man. All right, and it's an order of how we're gonna come together. You know. But I'm gonna read that again. This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Gather yourselves together, yeah, gather together, O nation, not desire." All right. It says, verse 2 says, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of Yahweh come upon you, before the day of Yahweh's anger come upon you. Seek ye Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth. And you have to be meek in this thing, man. You have to be humble. All right. If you're not humble and willing to come under the order, all right, that has been established and ordained by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, then you're not going to be able to inherit the kingdom. The scripture says the meek shall inherit the earth. The Lord doesn't deal with the proud. It says, which have wrought his judgment, seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. So Lord willing, that lesson was an exhortation, an edification to you sincere laborers, man. Giving all praise and honor to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, by Shem Chakadash. Shalom, faith.
That's right.